Kevin Young here with Ryan Ivey for kind of the Sunday conversation. Got about a week left in your post, and if I started going through all the accomplishments of Lion athletics, I think you'd tell me to stop and say that a lot of that wasn't to your credit. But 2.5 years ago when you came here, things were a lot different. Talk about the process that you helped to continue to grow for Lion athletics when you started here.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, when we first came in, and again, we looked at, or I saw the potential that could be for Lion athletics. Again, I think when you take over a program like this historic program, and really, I mean, we're going into 100 years, 100 seasons of Lion athletics this upcoming fall. I mean, there's a lot of history, a lot of tradition, a lot of rich history and tradition associated with Lion athletics, and so it's something that we really needed to kind of bring that back to the forefront of it. And we looked at every angle. We talked to a lot of different people, reached out to a lot of different folks, and got the sense that we needed to be part of the community again. And I think when we started that, we really reached out to the community, got them involved, really wanted to connect our student athletes with the community, not just Commerce and the campus communities, but Northeast Texas as a whole. And so I think we've been able to do that. I think our community service hours, I think people have seen that. Again, we almost 3,000 hours of community service this past year, and so a lot of quality things have happened over the course, of the last 2.5 years. But it was the opportunity to really brand our institution and brand our athletics department again as a very successful and proud athletics department.
You touched on the historical side of A&M Commerce, and over the years and in the past, dating back now, we're celebrating the 100 seasons of Lion athletics, has been very successful. There was a stint there where it wasn't as successful. In the 2 years, you've seen the largest turnaround in A&M Commerce history of athletics. I did the research, that is right. How does that make you feel that you've accomplished, and the staff that you've brought in and hired with Coach Carthel and Coach Burton? You also brought in softball coach Richie Brewster and Coach Dibberin, and had stalwarts here like Coach Walker who bought into the system.
Yeah, it's very humbling. Again, I think when I started here, the one thing that I saw is, and again, and I told people for however long I'm at A&M Commerce, during that point in time from January 7th of 2013 until the time that I leave this place, it will be known as the Ryan Ivey era. And as far as me being the athletics director here and the leader here, and that's something that was very special to me, and something that I really took to heart, and something that I wanted to leave my thumbprint on, something that was positive, and something that was really good for this institution. I've always believed that the mark of a good leader is someone who leaves the organization in a much better place than when they found it, and I think I've been able to do that. And again, it's a bittersweet moment for me to be able to leave A&M Commerce, but it's been fun. Again, the process has been fun. We've been able to find some really good people to work here. I mean, our staff has been fantastic. Josh Jorgensen, who's going to do a fantastic job as the interim athletics director during this transition period. I think the world of him, and he and I are really good friends. I mean, the people that we brought in here, again, to buy into the culture change that needed to take place. I mean, you talked about Coach Carthel and our football program. I mean, again, when I stood in front of them when I first got here in that January, it was, look, mediocrity was no longer acceptable at this place, that we were going to be successful in football here. And we found a coach who believed in that, and a coach that saw the same things that I saw, a very like-minded individual, to the point of where we felt like we could turn this thing around together, and we've been able to do that. Again, when you start a brand new program like a softball program, to get a quality coach like Richie Brewster, just taking his team to the Division II College World Series, and get him to buy into the philosophy and the vision and the culture of what we felt like Lion softball could be. I mean, it was huge for us. And again, he's been a big part of our success here recently. Again, Coach Burton, just another one, just a fantastic coach. He's going to do some great things from a women's basketball standpoint. I can promise you that he has got big time written all over him. Coach Dibberin, who just came in and just took our track and field program to extremely new heights. Again, finishing, top 15 in both men's, indoor and outdoor national meets this year. Again, I mean, we could talk about the accolades over and over again, but the bottom line was we cast a vision for what this department could be and what it should be, and everybody saw that. Everybody bought into it because everybody realized that it took everyone. It wasn't just me. It wasn't just Coach Carthel or Coach Brewster. It took every one of us to really get this place moving in the right direction.
You've been on record as a great piece written by Caleb Slinkard for the Commerce Journal and Herald Banner of saying that you're going to miss the people here the most. people like Dr. Jones, I'd imagine, Alicia over in the president's office.
Yeah.
Can you kind of expand on missing the people, and not just the people that you work with, but some
Yeah.
of the great boosters and corporate sponsors that we
Yeah.
have? You put in the Ring of Honor, the Castleberries.
Yeah,
What a
you
great
bet.
family gene that
Yeah,
Castleberry
absolutely.
and Betty is.
Yeah.
Can you touch on that and expand on that a little more?
Yeah, I can tell you that when I came in and did my on-campus interview here in December of 2012, and was able to have a public forum and meet some of the community members, I saw then the passion that people have for this place, and during that process, was really able to see that and understand that there's some really, really great people here, and it starts with Dr. Jones. I mean, what a fantastic leader that he is, and has just done some tremendous things, and will continue to see this institution grow under his leadership. Alicia Kern, who at the time was the chief of staff, to Dr. Jones, was chair of the search committee, for the athletics director at the time, and she and I have gotten to become really good friends, and a person of high character, a person of integrity, a person who cares about this institution. Again, she's a Commerceite resident, if you will. She was born here, she was raised here, she grew up here, she's been in this institution, she's seen it go in and out. Again, there's just so many people like that that care deeply about this place. And again, you talk about the outside and really talk about the community members. I mean, the Castleberries, you don't have to go much further than that. I mean, salt of the earth people who do great things. I mean, the Julians, the people that really care about this place, and I could go on and on with those people, but it's something. It's special, and every place has them. I'm not saying that this is the only place with that. I'm sure I'll find some great people at Austin Peay, but I'm telling you, the people make this place. In any great organization, the people make it. If you're going to have success and sustain success throughout your tenure at any organization, you have to have great people. I've told many people this. I've never seen a facility win a championship, but I've seen people do it, and I think that's what we've been able to do here. Again, the people around us, the people within the campus, the people within the community, they bought into what we felt like Lion Athletics could and should be, and we've been able to really reap the benefits moving forward.
Obviously, as you talked about, the Ryan Ivey era will be marked by that change in culture and change in people and change in things like that has helped grow this place. But if you had to pick and point your finger on one thing that you're most proud of that was a physical change, you got the James Thrower Academic Center, the new indoor golf facility, the huge new turf over Memorial Field with the world's biggest on-court logo, the basketball gym redone with that great blue tinted paint logo in the middle. I'm probably forgetting, the softball facility.
Right.
I'm forgetting. That thing is brand new.
Yeah.
The John Kane family softball field. Also the new scoreboard out at the soccer. If you had to pick one physical thing that you're most proud of and they accomplished, what would it be?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think all of them in really in their own right is very unique. But I think at the end of the day, I mean, for me, it's really the academic center and the weight room. Those were two things that really, when I got here, I noticed the need of, and I noticed the fact that if we're going to be successful, that if we're going to give our student athletes the opportunity to be successful, not just on the classroom, but in the competition surface as well, and really in life, that we've got to provide them the resources they need to be successful. And so to be able to create both of those facilities and really change those facilities to the point to where our student athlete welfare has really increased, I think is probably very, very special to me. Again, I mean, our academic center is state of the art. It's fantastic. I can't thank Mr. Thrower enough for all his generosity and benefit. I mean, especially when you look at the weight room now. I mean, the fact that it's more functional, that it's safe, that it's more aesthetically pleasing, that it's not an eyesore anymore, and it's not a hindrance in the recruiting trail, and it gives our student athletes the opportunity to get bigger, faster, and stronger so that they can compete for championships.
Two more questions and we'll call it a day. One, you've talked about where we're going forward here with Lion Athletics. Josh Jorgensen will be the interim. There is a great search going on for the new athletic director, a great search committee that's been formed. Where do you see the future of Lion Athletics?
Yeah, I think the future, again, is extremely bright. I think you're going to continue to grow. Whoever comes in is going to have an opportunity really to continue to grow upon what we've started here. I think when you look at Division II in itself, and when you look at the college landscape as it is, I think A&M Commerce is really set up for success for the future. And I think you will see it continue to grow within Division II. I think you'll see it continue to grow and have success at a national level. moving forward. And then from there, who knows? Again, we always talked about a Division I aspect, here as well. But the location is fantastic for it. Again, when you're as close as you are to the Metroplex, and have those opportunities and the things about it. I mean, I think that's a real possibility. But as we said, we needed to have sustained success right now. And I think as you continue to grow that and you continue to do things, I think you will see A&M Commerce compete for national championships here very shortly.
We've kind of put your era here in a capsule, and as it comes to a close, we'd be remiss if we didn't look forward to the future and see what's in store in the future for Ryan Ivey at Austin Peay and the facility and Austin Peay athletics.
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of the same opportunities at Austin Peay as A&M Commerce does here. Again, a lot of good things have happened there over the last couple of years under the leadership of Derek Vandermeer, and I'm looking forward to really kind of continuing some of those aspects as well. I think we've got to get better, from a competition standpoint. I don't think there's any question about that. I think we can do it. Again, the rich history that's there with Austin Peay athletics is it runs deep, and we've had a lot of success in a lot of different sports, and I expect us to really to continue those successes moving forward. Again, creating the opportunities for our student athletes to have great experiences, and at the end of the day, that's why we do what we do. I can sit here and tell you that winning championships is the end all, the be all, and at the end of the day, while it's fun to win championships, it's not why we do what we do. We do what we do so that we can make a difference and make an impact in the lives of student athletes, and that's very special. And again, we get to do that whether you're at A&M Commerce or whether you're at Austin Peay or University of Tennessee or University of Texas or whatever it may be. When good people get in place and you have an opportunity to make a difference on the lives of young people, it's really special, and I think that's what we're striving to do. Again, that should be our goal, and I know it's going to be the goal here at A&M Commerce. It's certainly going to be the goal at Austin Peay to make sure that whatever we do, that we are making a difference in the lives of young people. And I think if we do that and we keep that goal in the forefront of our mind, that we're going to have success no matter what.
Well, thank you, and you've certainly left your mark here on the 100 seasons of Lion Athletics. You get to cap it off with season, was it 98 and a half and 99 and going into 100. So thanks for your time here, and we certainly appreciate it.
Well, thanks, Kevin. It's been a true pleasure, to be here, and I certainly, again, bittersweet moment for me here, but I know that this place is in good hands.